What about you?
Yeah, I'm totally good. So you're relaxed after the placements?
Yeah, I'm totally relaxed after the placement. It was like 1 month was a totally roller coaster ride, like all sleepless night and everything like that. One by one, companies coming every day, 2, 3 tests. We have to give 2, 3 interviews. It was
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand. That's nice. Finally, your place. That's great. First of all,
yeah,
I congratulate you on your success.
it's yeah, that matters actually.
Okay. So let's get directly to the questions. So can you just give me a brief intro about your past BTech college, your work experience, if any, and your how did you come to BITS?
Okay, I originally belong to Pune and I completed my BTech from Pune only, Sihagat College of Engineering, Pune, with the CG of 8.6 in 2018. In my BTech college, I got offer from Cognizant, so that I got offer from Cognizant Bangalore, so I shifted to Bangalore for 2 years. I was working in a Unilever at client location on the behalf of Cognizant, and side by side I started preparing for GATE because I was in SAP technology. I want to explore the another other technologies, and al- always wanted to join a Tier 1 college, so I started preparing for GATE. And in pandemic we got work from home, so I got dedicated time for studies. And in 2020 I got cracked BITS HD, and by the HD test I went into software system BITS Pilani.
Okay, that's a great journey. Okay, so you're currently placed in Sandvine, right?
Yes, Sandvan Technologies, Bangalore.
Great. Okay, so what was the minimum eligibility criteria to apply for a Sandvine job?
For Sandvine, it was a 7 point CGPA for the postgraduate from BITS. But it may be vary on college to college specific, but it BITS Pilani it was 7.5 CG.
7.5
And
CG. Okay, so that was for the first two
cut
semesters, right?
coding test cutoff.
O- Okay, fine, great. And this 7.5 CG was for your first two semesters, right?
Yeah, it was a first two semester CG 7.5, or whatever semester until the placement season 7.5 you should be having.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so can you just brief me about the process, the number of rounds, and how is the process in Sandvine?
Yeah, sure. So online, it was an online process totally. The first test was done by the Hire Pro. In that test, there were totally 3 sections. First section, aptitude section. Second section, our subject MCQ section, and third section is pseudocode round sections. So in first section, you have to solve 20 questions in 25 minutes. And second round, you have to solve 16 questions in 25 minutes. Post that, we have pseudocode writing round, which in which you have to write 3 problems in 45 minutes. You have to write dedicatedly algorithm, pseudocode algorithm for those 3 problems. And the difficulty, which I can say, was slightly higher than the gate or equivalent to gate.
Okay, fine. So each section has a separate cutoff, or it was completely given a particular time?
I don't think so. They release that kind of thing like sectional cutoff or something like that. But I doubt. Generally, Higher Pro makes sure that sectional cutoff is there.
Okay, fine. That's great. So, do you remember like how many people were shortlisted after the test?
I think around 16 people got shortlisted after test for the first round of interview.
Okay, great. And how many rounds of interview was there?
There were 2 rounds of interview totally. One is a technical round, second is a technical managerial round plus HR round. So there were 2 round. There was no specific HR dedicated HR round.
Okay, that's nice. So, can you just brief me about the first technical round which you had?
Yeah, first technical round was focused on coding problems along with the basic and deep understanding of C, C++, and our general concept. So I was given two coding problems, which I have to write it from the scratch on Notepad, including driver codes and everything. Post that, I have asked questions about OOPS programming, and they have given me one code which was having a memory leak issues. So with the OOPS concept and virtual function concept, I have to debug that code and solve that memory leak problem. Post that, they have given me some structures and write down code for that structure. They have manipulated a few bits of code and counter questions me that what will be the changes, what will be the size of structure, or what can be the changes in code. So in order to get into that situations which they were expecting, and after completion of all these things, they asked me standard questions of like operating systems, CN, computer networks, database, and few SQL queries.
Okay, fine. So, what would be the difficulty level of these technical questions like OS, DBMS, and networks?
Coding question, I can say coding question will be like lead code standard medium, but few of the concept like for the structures and these things, they went pretty deep into that. Like I can say a few hard or something, not just like hard. If you know correctly that concept, then you can answer. If you don't know, you will not able to answer. That's like you will be sure that they will be make sure that you know perfectly about that. So slight here and there you will miss that concept. And for the theoretical question, I would say gate standard or standard questions which they ask from any
Okay,
interviews.
fine. That's great. And like, what is the duration of the first round, first technical round?
First technical round lasts for around 1 hour.
Okay, fine. That's great. And it was a one-on-one interview, right?
One-on-one interview
Okay,
for
okay, fine.
first. Then I
Yeah.
think after 2-3 hours they started a second round.
Okay, so how many people were shortlisted for the second round?
From 16, I think 7 got shortlisted for second round.
Okay, okay. So in the second round, was it completely managerial plus HR, or were there any technical questions?
Actually, it was a different round because it was a totally of 4 panels: one director, one program manager, and 2 principal engineers. All were in the same panel, and everybody was bombarding a question one by one to me. Like if I say something about friend function or something, the people who are masters in that say particular area, they will come up and say the questions about this. In that section, they didn't particularly allow me to solve any coding question or type anything. Rather than they were like judging me on situational question basis, how my deep understanding of OOPS, the C++ concepts, along with that some puzzles and some hypothetical questions which sometimes may do not even exist, but at that time how you deal with that situation, how you design the system. They also asked me about some system design concepts. And for one system, the one question I remember is like there are two persons who cannot hear, who cannot speak, who cannot listen, who cannot see also. They can't hear, they can't speak, they can't listen. And you have to design a chatbot system with your phone only. No dedicated hardware will be given extra, or no extra system will be there. From that only you have to design a system to in order to have a chatbot between there. Or some questions like that, designer linked list without using a pointer concept. So these are the situational questions or some puzzles. These are the situational questions which they are judging. And along with that, they asked me about my position, leadership skills, and my like hobbies and everything. In the leadership skills, I mentioned that I was a general secretary of my college and institutional head of my college. So they asked me about how that experience was, what were the technical challenges, how you solve the leadership skills, what were the challenges, how you coordinate between the students, faculties, sponsorship, management teams, and everything. And for my hobbies and extracurricular activity, I mentioned as I got 2 national, 1 district, and 16 inter-college awards in street play. So they were eager to know the process of street play, what was the subject, have you like educate the crowd or society with that street play. So I think in the second round they were not thoroughly only checking the my DSA or coding question, because these days everybody do those sheets and elite code problems, but they were checking overall personality from the different point of views, like leadership skills, your team player, or situational skills. Or that round was dedicated to, and post that round, director asked me some few standard HR question, like why masters after 2 years of work X or something like that. Those standard HR questions they asked.
Okay, that's great. So, like, what is the duration of this interview?
This duration was interview was around 1 hour, 1 hour 10 minutes.
Okay, great. So, and after that, they gave the results, published the results, right?
Yeah, after that PO published the result, that I got offered from the Sandwell.
Okay, so how many were selected for Sandwell?
Only 3 were selected from 7.
3. Okay, great. That's great. Okay, so and one more doubt, like, did they ask any questions based out of your resume, which means your past experience and the projects which you have done there?
Yes. They thoroughly checked my work ex, even what was my role in my previous organization, changes, and what levels I was involved in. Post that they asked me about my research practice project and one another project. Didn't ask me about much technologies and grilling about that projects, but they wanted to know about that basic ideas, what I've done, and parallel technologies, or what are the approaches I use for that project.
Okay, fine. So, like, are they focusing on a particular language like C, C++, or are they fine with any programming language?
Yeah, they are fine with the C, C++, Java, any programming languages. Just they were checking the problem solving skill and your logic building process. So they said that you work also in C, C++, and Java. That is not issue. And once you get one language, you can easily learn another one in a few times, like very easily.
Exactly. Okay, fine. So I think the placement process is pretty clear right now. So can you just describe me how you prepared for the coding part for the placements?
Okay, for the coding part, I was like previously working on SAP technology, so I just lost a bit connect with the coding, to be honest. So I like first revised from the hacker rank. I saw easy questions on hacker rank, so just to get the familiar with the syntax and then the language. Post that, I referred the Karamanchi DSA book, which gave me a decent understanding about each data structure and possible problems and standard problems along with that. After completing that book, I referred that 450 lovable sheet, lead code, and interview bit important questions in each topic in order to get familiarized with the easy to medium level problems.
Okay, fine. And like, how did you prepare for the technical concept, like the gate level stuff? Like,
Yeah, for the subjects, I generally firstly refer my GATE notebooks which were available. Post that, those GATE notebooks will generally give you a theoretical understanding about the subject, but in practical aspect, like they will not ask you about definition or something about this technical concept. They will ask about what will be really practical implementation of that. For that, I use InterviewBuild and GFG site, Git4Geeks and InterviewBuild site in order to get practical aspect of that subjects. I mostly focused on computer networks, operating system, and DBMS only.
Okay, fine. That is great. And about the interviews, did you take any mock interviews from any of the platforms, or you just prepared on your own?
No, for the platform, I didn't prepare any mock interview from the platform, but with my classmates, we were interviewing each other for an 1 hour, and we recording that experience, and we used to see that again, so that in order to see that where I'm missing, which concept I'm missing. So by peer-to-peer learning, we were doing mock interview mostly.
Okay, that's great. I think that's the most important part. This mock interview.
Yeah, peer learning, and you should be having some reference to judge yourself that how you are like behaving in actual interview. So if you record your meetings, so you get idea that in which area you are lacking or something.
Okay, that is really great. Okay, so one last question. So, what is your suggestion to the future aspirants who are looking for a job in Sandvine or a company like Sandvine?
Okay, so first of the thing, DSA is important thing, but DSA is not just important thing. Means DSA is not everything. Apart with that, companies these days, because everybody is now doing DSA and competitive coding and everything, everybody knows like basic problem solving skills and basic standard questions. Apart from that, company these days seeing your overall personality, your project development work, your responsibility, point of responsibilities, leadership skills, and few extracurricular activities achievements also. They are generally seeing your communication skills and how you are approaching to the new problem, and in new situation how you are behaving. That's also matters. So for the future aspirant, my advice will be, yes, you have to focus on DSA, but don't just blindly focus on DSA. Along with that, have some personality building skill like communication skills. Along with that, few development projects, and have a 1 or 2 extracurricular activity or PORs in your resume. That will build your overall portfolio, so that you'll be sound more impressive than others.
Okay. Okay, that's great. That's great. And I forgot to ask you one question. Like, what is the role offered by Sandvine?
What is the?
What was the role offered by Sandvine?
Okay, it is a software engineer role, software engineer one role offered by Sandvine.
Okay, that's great. That's nice. Okay, I think we are done with the questions, I think, and it was great talking to you. And I wish you all the best for your future. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Aurav.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. No.
Yeah.
It was talking.
Bye. Yeah. Bye.